If Kyle Schwarber doesn't return to the Phillies, people are going to put the Phillies in jail. That I know. I hope he's back. I think he'll be back. We shall see. Free agency is underway. Robert Murray covers Major League Baseball. Listen to what he said yesterday about the sweepstakes with Schwarber and how far the Phillies will go.
And my feel from talking to people around the league is the Phillies are going to do whatever they can and anything possible to try to keep him in Philadelphia. But there's going to be plenty of competition. Looking at you, Boston Red Sox, we'll see.
All right, well, the Boston thing is interesting is they have a relationship with him. He played there for a half a season before he became a free agent. He came here. So when he says whatever it takes, Hugh, we've discussed a lot of things over the past year with Schwarber, and a lot of it is about money, right? Like how much money will he make per year? Mm-hmm. I don't really think that's the hang-up. He's going to look, his market will be what it is. He made $20 million per year in his first contract with the Phillies. He clearly is going to get a raise, right? He's not going backwards. Does he get around $30 million? I think he could. The question is, how many years are the Phillies willing to go? How many years are we willing to go for Kyle Schwarber? So next season will be his age 33 season. Hugh, he's going to want 5. The Phillies, I'm sure, are going to want to keep this at 3 or 4. But what if someone goes to 6? Hugh Douglas.
That's probably going to happen.
Would you walk away?
Yes.
You'd walk away, or you'd give
no,
it to him?
I would give it to him.
6?
I'll give him 6.
6?
Yeah. I think Kyle Schwarber, like here's the thing. You're talking about he'll be 33. Be like almost 40. I still think he won't be the player that he is now, but I think he can still be serviceable. I think it's crazy to say, but what he brings to the table in the power, I can see him being a pretty decent hitter in 39.
So he could. I mean, there's certain David Ortiz is someone who's I've seen some comparisons to, and David Ortiz aged very well until about the age of 40. So Kyle Schwarber could do that. So my concern with going to 6 years, if it gets there, again, I want Schwarber back. He's my number one priority. I said yesterday, he's the first thing I want to do is bring him back. 6 years is a lot of years for a DH, especially isn't Bryce Harper going to age into being a DH? I mean, at some point, he's probably not going to be able to play the field every day, and he's signed up for 6 more years. Trey Turner, now I think with his athleticism, he should be able to move to the outfield at some point and run around out there as he ages. We just have a lot of potential old guys on the team at once. Aaron Nola's going to be here. I mean, how many 40-year-olds are we going to have on this baseball team? A lot. So
well, hopefully you at that point you would have infused this team with some younger talent.
Agreed. But you're right. Right. And then hopefully they're the best players. But you can't just. What are you going to do? These are guaranteed contracts. These guys will be here on the team.
And here's the thing. This is what I think. And if I'm wrong, please correct me. But I've heard a lot about Bryce Harper's violent swing and how it's starting to deteriorate his body. Between the two of them, I feel like Kyle would be more serviceable in that area than Bryce will be because I feel like Bryce is probably going to break down. Like, Bryce is going to be one of those guys that he's just not going to be able to play.
Schwarber's home run swing is a lot more effortless.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's a real chance Schwarber ages better production-wise. Look, I want him back, but 5 is where I'd have to cap it. 6 years?
I'm already giving Bryce 2 more years on the end of his contract.
That's what I'm saying. We might as well. We giving away bread like that.
You know how they built a new facility down in Clearwater? They might as well just build a nursing home next to it. We're going to have a bunch of 40-year-olds.
Not my wallet.
Yeah, but it is your time and your fandom.
They built a new facility? Where? Did we see it?
Yeah, they built like an extra little side facility building. We'll see it when we go down this year. They could put the nursing home next to it, too. I mean, how many 40-year-olds are we going to have?
In the
going to be wheeling Hugh in there one day along with Schwarber. So you guys are good going to 6 years for Kyle Schwarber. 6! That's age 39 this thing ends.
Yes.
6 years. What if he says 7?
No, he can't. He ain't gonna do that. Let's be realistic, Kyle. But here's the unfortunate thing about free agency.
It feels crazy to play that song underneath this conversation.
Yeah, but here's the thing about free agency.
Yeah.
If someone is desperate enough and he wants, like, if he feels that strongly about the money as opposed to being competitive, somebody will give it to him.
Well, the other thing is, then my fear with the years is this, that let's say Kyle Schwarber and his agent have a dollar amount in mind, Hugh. Maybe that's $180 million.
Yeah.
Let's just use a dollar amount, right? And the Phillies say, well, we'll pay you 30, but we want to do it over 4 or 5 years. So that only gets us to 120 or 150. And then another team comes in and says, well, we can't pay you that much per year, but we'll give you the 180. Let's just spread it out over 7. And if his agent wants 180, or whatever the number is, 200, 180, the team that is willing to spread it out over 7, that might be the biggest.
That's what I'm saying.
That's my concern.
Depends. That's the scary thing about free agency. Because and this is on the Phillies because you let it get to this point. I was screaming sign the man when he was on a tear, and then it got to the point where you couldn't sign it because he wanted to test the waters. That's the chance that you take. Kyle Schwarber's already won a World Series. He's already won one. Mm-hmm. So that's probably not his motivation. Financial security is probably that.
And he didn't get, he got a lot by our standards. He didn't get a lot in the context of baseball last time.
So if you're Kyle and you're looking at potentially $200 million and you're playing in Florida, that money looks different in Florida than it does in Philadelphia. A lot different. So that's what you're weighing because you've already done what you set out to do. Now, you might not get the same kind of adulation that you get here.
Right.
But your $180 million, $200 million looks a whole lot different in Florida than it does in Philadelphia.
Kind of reminds me of the Aaron Nola thing. I don't think the Phillies wanted to go to 7 years, but they ended up at 7 years. This could be, like, we keep saying 4 or 5. Again, if someone comes in and says, we'll give you more money, but it's going to be over 6, what are the Phillies going to do?
Yeah. I almost feel like it's going to end up in a way where somebody's giving him 5, and the way the Phillies tip the scale to their favor is by adding the extra year. Like, I don't know if it's about all the dollars necessarily. Like, a few million might not be a huge difference for Kyle Schwarber, but an entire extra year to where he doesn't feel like he'll ever have to negotiate another MLB contract again.
Yep.
Like 6 years might be the ticket.
And that is what they did with Nola. It's what they did with Bryce to get him. It's what they did with Turner. I mean, the Phillies have a little reputation now of they give out really long contracts, and it spreads the money out, which they like, so it's less per year. But then you're hooked in to in this case, it'll be 38, 39. So we shall see. 5 would be the limit I'd want to stop at.
But he was obsessed with Florida today, by the way.
I know. You miss Jacksonville?
You're talking about the money down there, the women.
No. I was just giving you
a lot of Florida.
I was just giving you the
Gator Douglas
comparing and contrasting.
Yeah, but Florida in particular.
No, I'm just saying. I could. Well, it looks better in Philadelphia as opposed to California.
Okay.
State taxes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Taxes.
Cincinnati. Why you want to play Cincinnati money? $200 million looks different in Cincinnati.
Yeah, they're not
than it does in Philadelphia, but not that much different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everyone's still upset about the women comment earlier.
It is what it is. I've never said there were attractive women in Philadelphia. It's just few and far between.
But that means most aren't. That's what you're saying that in a very roundabout way.
I did.
And that's not right.
It's the truth, though.
No.
I worry about diseases down there. There's
that.
Yeah.
I worry about a lot.
That's a big part.
I worry about a lot in Florida.
A huge part of it.
I can't believe of all the people here championing Florida, you couldn't wait to get out of there. You ran away.
I live in Philly.
For my city.
How dare I? I live in Philadelphia, and I'm still single. And Jason Avant found a girlfriend. Look how long it took him to find one.
Hugh might be jaded. Is he getting rejected by too many women in Philly?
I think,
and that's what's influencing.
Hey, God, all I got to say is rejection builds character. That's all I got.
And nobody has more character than Hugh Douglas.